All right, so in this lecture, we're going to talk about a concept called frames, okay? And basically what a frame is, it's, let's say, a layout. And in this layout, you can pull many different widgets, all right? So in this lecture, we're going to be creating a top frame and a bottom frame, all right? And the way this will work is, I can't really speak that, so let me just go ahead and show you. So keep the buttons, all right? If you have deleted the buttons, make sure you get them back because we'll be requiring them. Now, the first command I want you to write is initialize the top frame. For example, I'm going to go ahead and open Paintbrush and show you how our app is going to look like. So currently, we have click me and hello, one after the other. What I want to do is, I want to create, suppose this is our Tkinter window. I want to have it so that one button is here, second button is here, third button is here, and fourth button is here. All right. So instead of having it one after the other, down, 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 I want two on the left, two on the right. So this is the concept that we can achieve using our frames, using these layout concepts. So go ahead and initialize this top frame variable. And this is going to be equal to frame of root. So all this means is that, hey, we're initializing a layout, we're calling it top frame, and it's the frame, it's of the root app, it's of a root window. All right. Now what we want to do is go ahead and just pack this in, top frame dot pack. All right. All packing does is, remember, it just adds it to our window. So now, if you run this program, I'm not going to do that, but if you run this program, there will be no change at all. But this is basically an invisible layout. You can't see it, you won't see it, but you can place objects inside of this. All right. So we created a top frame. Let's go ahead and create a bottom frame. So I'm going to call this bot frame. All right. And this is again going to be the exact same thing, frame root. And then go ahead and say bot frame dot pack, except in the pack statement, what I want you to do is specify side equal bottom. All right. So I know what you're thinking, right? You're saying, Avi, you did top frame dot pack up here, but you didn't specify the side equal to top. Why? All right. So think of it like this. For example, let's say you have brick 1 and brick 2. Okay. Or let's say you have a cup to the right, or just think of two bricks. Or, no, that's a bad example. Let me try to explain it like this. Suppose you have a watch and you have a microphone. Again, two completely random objects, but try to understand this here. If you say the mouse or the watch is to the right of the microphone, you automatically know that the microphone is on the left-hand side. So the same way, when we've specified the bottom frame is at the bottom, that means the top frame has to be at the top for this case. Again, if you added more than two frames, then you might have to specify side is equal to top and so on. But since we are only specifying this as bottom, automatically Python will realize, hey, this needs to go to the top. All right? Cool. So this is our top frame. This is our bottom frame. But right now, you're going to notice that nothing's going to happen because if you remember in the button parameter, we're not specifying which layout we want it to go in, okay? So let's go ahead and do that, but I think it's better if we first create our 4 buttons, not 2. So I'm going to remove this fella button. I'm going to call this button 1, okay? Button 1 is equal to that, button 1 dot pack, and button 1 is going to be part of our top frame, okay? So again, this is the whole concept of layouts. You can put buttons and frames in these whole layouts to make them in the specific position you want. So button 2 and button 2. Okay, and again, this is going to be in the top frame. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V. So button 3, go ahead. If you're on a Windows, this should matter for you. Change it to maybe purple and make the top frame to bot frame. All right. And last but not least, go to button or Command V and button 4, change the FG to maybe anything you want, maybe yellow. Again, it won't work for me, but if you're on a Windows machine, definitely do it because it'll help you out. And let's go ahead and do bot frame. Awesome. So we've now said that, hey, I want button 1 to be in the top frame, button 2 to be in the top frame, button 3 and 4 should be in the bottom frame. So far so good, it makes sense. Let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. So our program is now running, Python launcher has appeared, and if I open this, it gives me an error, button 4 is not defined. I might have made a typing mistake over here. Let's take a look. Button 4 is equal to that. Why is it giving me an error? Let's see. Bot frame, button 4.pack. Might just be interesting. Button 3 is equal to button, bot frame, text is equal to hello, FG purple. Oh, I see. So we are packing button 4 twice. Let's go ahead and change that. Button 3.pack, button 4.pack, save that, F5. And now it should work. Yay. So we get click me, hello, hello, hello. So you're probably wondering, well, why aren't these becoming side to side? Right now, if I expand this, you're going to notice we have the 2 hellos at the bottom and the click me and the hello at top. So it's working, all right? Our 2 buttons are now in the bottom frame and 2 buttons are in the top frame. And you can clearly see the difference in the gap over here. However, we want them to be side by side. Going back to our paintbrush image, remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, side by side. So how do we achieve that in our layouts? So if you remember in the bot frame.pack, we used the concept of side equal to bottom. That specifically said, bro, I want you to make this object, this widget, be at the bottom. The exact same way what we can do is button 1.pack, side will be equal to left in all caps. And button 2, exact same thing, side is equal to left. And by doing so, button 1 will be initialized to the farthest left it can go, and then button 2 will go right next to it. Because it can't take up the space of button 1, it's going to go right next to button 2. Now, button 3 and button 4, exact same thing. Side is equal to left, and side is equal to left. Alright? Not F, left. So save this and F5, and now you'll finally notice, haha. So click me, hello, hello, hello. Fantastic. So we've now learned about layouts in Tkinter. We have learned how to create frames, how to put objects in frames, and then how to position those objects inside of the frame. So very interesting, and I'll see you in the next lecture.